It's the event of the year, the 2022 Taste of Black Charleston, Friday, March 11th at the Ladson Exchange Park. Join us for a variety of chefs, caterers, and restaurateurs from across the area as they compete to be the best of the region. Featuring America's Got Talent singer Ray Singleton and celebrity chef Carlos Brown. It's the Taste of Black Charleston. Good friends, great food, and a grand time. For more information or to purchase tickets, visit blackexposouth.com.
It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. Now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, we made it to the weekend. I know the calendar says Friday, but no, I call it Friday. Friday. Come on, G, say it right. Friday edition of the Geno Show. The Geno Jones Show. What's happening? Just call me Geno. You know how we do it. Yes. Now, I come to you live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Central, 3:30 p.m. out on the West Coast, where my special guest will be joining me in minutes. R&B legend, icon. I can't think of enough accolades for this brother right here, Mr. Howard Hewitt. He's got a brand new single. We're just going to have a conversation and chop it up. He's been doing it, still relevant in the game after all these years. The Geno Jones Show brought to you today by the 2022 Charleston Black Expo. Kicks off, really, Black Expo weekend kicks off tonight because in about an hour, I'll be at the Taste of Black Charleston. You just saw the commercial, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be doing my thing live on stage. So we got about 20 chefs, celebrity chefs like celebrity chef Carlos Brown and a whole lot more, caterers. The Ray Singleton Band is doing the music, and the king, not the king, the king of MCs, that would be me, doing my thing as the MC. That's tonight. It is the event of the year. And then tomorrow, the 2022 Charleston Black Expo. You got exhibitions. You got celebrity guest speakers like my man Anthony Anderson from Blackish doing his thing. Yo, Ant, it ain't too late. Put Tracy on the plane with you so y'all can come on and do that tag team thing. Also, we got Kiera Shear. She's going to be in the building. Roy Chip Anthony, Sheldon Richardson. They got the Southern Soul R&B Swing Out Music Day Party. All that happening. Vendors, some really special wellness seminars, financial health and financial literacy, educational seminars, all that happening. And yes, you can shop, ladies and fellas. We got all that going on at the 2022 Black Expo. blackexposouth.com. So let me get into my monologue so I can bring my guest on. So it's my Friday or my Fridays, a weekend review. So shout out to Miss Mary J. Blige. So Mary is doing, like you heard of Coachella, Lollapalooza, these big like 3-4 day concert festivals. So Mary's doing like Mary J. Palooza or Mary Chella. So Mother's Day weekend, May 6th, 7th, and 8th, down in Atlanta, Mary is having a musical festival called The Strength of a Woman. Now, who's going to be performing with Mary? Who's going to be part of the festival? Chaka Khan doing her thing. Escape, Kiera Sheard, I was just talking about. Ella May, Queen Naja, City Girls, and a whole lot more. All woman lineup, all 3 days. Mother's Day weekend. So for all my black queens, fellas, show the mother or mothers, like could be your mom, your wife, your sisters, show them some love. Send them down to Atlanta, let them party with Mary J. Blige and Chaka Khan and the City Girls and Escape and Kiera Sheard and the whole crew. That's gonna be one heck of a show. Speaking of on tour, Maxwell is doing his thing. Currently on tour. As a matter of fact, he was up in Columbia. That's about an hour and 15, 20 minutes just north of where I'm at. I heard Maxwell that the women was throwing everything. Panties, house keys, phone numbers, you name it. They were throwing it. Maxwell was doing his thing as always. So that tour is happening right now. Also, you know, Kim and Babyface are also on tour together. That tour is going to begin at the end of the month. And speaking of tours, of course, you've got the Culture Tour with New Edition, Charlie Wilson, and Jodeci. That's happening. out in Vegas, Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak, aka Silk Sonic. I hear that show in Vegas is on fire. And then later this year, Usher is going back to Vegas to do his thing. So do you know, 2 years this weekend, 2 years this weekend, the planet shut down. That's when COVID-19 really took a hold of the whole planet. And I remember that. As a matter of fact, there was the Taste of Black Charleston for 2020. I hosted that. And literally the next day they had to cancel the Black Expo, and really they canceled everything. The planet was shut down. We were like in the house, and here we are. And just rest in peace, power, and paradise to all the people who didn't make it. So be sure to say a prayer for the folks that didn't make it. All right. May they rest in peace, power, and paradise. Let me bring my guest on. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest is an R&B legend. He's an icon, former member of the legendary group Shalimar. And man, all that catalog alone. Oh, it's Night to Remember, Make That Move Right Now. Man, so many hits. Then he went on. He's still having a legendary solo career. He's got a brand new song, and the message is perfect for the times that we're living in right now, called To Thee I Pray. Since I was just talking about prayer, ladies and gentlemen, this man needs no introduction, but I'm honored to do it. My special guest here on the Geno Jones Show, like I said, with the brand new video that you will see at the end of this conversation, Mr. Howard Hewitt.
What's up, my brother? How you doing, man?
I'm giving you a standing ovation, brother. Yeah.
Your announcers, man. There's a lot of stuff going on. People ready to get out and, start getting out again, but still got to be careful, though.
Yeah. Oh, listen.
Still be careful.
Hey, listen. I'm going to keep it 1,000. I'm still wearing my mask because I don't trust, not you, but a lot of y'all is watching. Some of y'all, I don't trust all y'all. So when I'm in the supermarket, if I got to do some shopping, I got my mask on and I don't give a damn who don't like it. Because I don't trust, I'm like, you still wearing a mask? Yeah, because I don't trust your ass, and I don't know if you have been vaccinated. And even if you have, I still don't know what else you might be spreading. So yeah, I'm wearing my mask. So
and you don't trust these politicians who all is their next reelection. So they're talking about people trying to cater to people's whims and all that kind of stuff at the risk of everybody else's health, man. So yeah, that's the thing. When I go to supermarkets, or if I'm in a crowd of people that I don't know anything about, I put my mask on.
I'm right. Yeah, yes, please keep your mask on, brother, because you still got a lot more hits to give to us. So as a matter of fact, since we're talking about touring, you going back out on tour? Do you have an official tour date set up?
Well, I'm on tour basically all the time.
I know.
Like you said, 2 years ago, this whole thing shut down, and it was like, my schedule at that point was the same as it had been for the last like 30 years or so. About 125, 130 dates or so a year between here and overseas, and then all of a sudden it was gone. But it was almost like, for me, it was almost like, the Lord said, hey, I'm gonna remove everything from you that can distract you from me. So like I went into a serious, when a lot of times on the New Year's resolutions, I say, what's your resolution? I say, I want to get closer to God. Well, this was really seriously a time to get closer to God. So, but, one day my schedule was the same that it had been for years. And then literally the next day, stuff was gone. So like, but then I've been back on the road now about, I think it was April of 2021 of last year. My vengeance, my schedule came back with a vengeance, man. So,
Great.
Good getting back out there, but like I said, still want to be careful, want to be, I don't want my audience to put themselves in crazy positions, you know what I'm saying? So, it's good. It's been really cool. It's been really good to get back out again. So in fact, I leave tomorrow for up north, San Leandro, this little theater up there that I do basically every year at the Bow Theater, and then the next weekend will be Vegas, and then I leave for South Africa on towards the 20th or so of this month for about 7 days or so. So like come back and UK is back in play again. In May and the middle of May through the middle of June, and it's just having a good time, man.
So what was the biggest thing that you missed during that whole time when we had to shut down the whole planet? Did you miss just, I could imagine, this may sound like a dumb question, but you never know. You asked the question, was it, I know I could imagine you missed performing, but was it something else that you maybe didn't think about that you missed, or maybe you took for granted? And like you said, you had that time to kind of really, the whole planet, God was like, all right, I'm gonna calm all y'all ass down. You're gonna sit down and kind of, look in the mirror and reflect on your life. So what was like the biggest challenge for you? What was the one thing that you missed the most, that when you were able to come out on the other side, you were really like, man, I didn't know I missed this much, or maybe you had a different appreciation for it.
Yeah. I think that's the thing. You have a different appreciation for it, because when you're doing something for so many years, sometimes you can't help but take some things for granted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so getting out there and performing, I think because I've been a performing artist since I was 10 years old. So getting out and performing once it was not there anymore. I took, it was a good time. I would have never, ever, ever taken that amount of time off, voluntarily.
Right.
So like, it was, when I say I took the time to really get closer to God, I'm sitting on my deck right now. This is right off of my master bedroom here. And every morning now, is me and the Lord sitting out here, on this deck, spending some time. And in April of 2020 rather, I started sitting out and reading and getting close. And I started from Genesis, and I ended up about a year or so later reading the last two chapters in Revelation.
Wow.
So really, it was really a time to get close to the Lord. But it's like, when I started back, that was the thing. It was like I missed the interaction, and I still miss kind of the interaction of the people, of the audience, because I can't go out in the audience like I used to. Not until some more of us get vaccinated,
Right.
we get herd. But it's like I missed that. It was I had never ever taken that amount of time off since I was, like I said, since my recording career started with Shalimar back in what was it, 79, 70,
Wow.
79. And I mean, when I first got with the group, it was like I got the offer to join the group on a Friday. Saturday, I did a little lightweight audition. Saturday night, I was on a red eye to New Jersey, met Jeffrey and Jody in New Jersey on Sunday morning. We rehearsed the lip sync and the choreography to take that to the bank. And then Monday, I was in front of a TV camera, right? We were in front of doing this little dance show in Paterson, New Jersey. And then from there, I joined them when they were in the middle of a promotional tour. So we had been touring. We started touring from that minute, from that second. So, so I missed that. That was one of the things that I did miss. Sometimes the traveling, you don't miss the hassle that traveling presents a lot of times. But the whole the good time, the good thing is the performance, and I miss that. I miss that during that year or so shutdown.
Now, for some of these young millennials that don't realize, because you mentioned it yourself, Howard, you said you've been performing since you were 10, and I got a chance to see one of the documentaries. It was like you were destined, even though you were doing, I'm going to let you tell your story, because you come from not a singing family. A lot of folks. Yeah, so tell us about that, man, for those younger millennials that don't really know the roots. You see, it's in the bloodline. You got the good genetics when it comes to singing and performing.
it's like we had about, like I said, my mom was a major gospel promoter in the Akron, Canton, Cleveland area. So, and she also had a radio broadcast. She eventually was inducted into the Ohio Radio Hall of Fame, because of her broadcasts she had for 30, 40 years or so. But she when she would bring everybody in from like James Cleveland to Albertina Walker in the caravans, when Shirley Caesar was still with her. And Five Blind Boys of Alabama, Pilgrim Jubilee, Soul
Wow.
Stir, everybody. She would bring everybody in. And of course, once she put together the group, the group Hewitt Singers, and it was myself. I was 11 years old. My three sisters backed me up. Three of my sisters backed me up. We had a bass player, guitar player, drummer, and a B3 organ player. And so, of course, like nepotism was alive and well in our family.
Why not? Hey, listen, you had the skills, you had the requisite skills. So what, like they were putting y'all on stage, you couldn't sing. It would be one thing if you couldn't sing.
Oh, we didn't go out there until we were ready. Once we were ready, it was crazy. It was, because the Hewitt Singers were really popular in the Ohio area, Midwest, up through Canada and all that kind of stuff. So we started performing. We started performing actually whenever my mom would bring a program and go in. Hold on. Sorry about that. Hold on.
No, it's all good. We right here. Hey, listen, man. Listen, technology. We just talking about COVID. We had to go through a lot with this whole COVID. The fact that I'm able to broadcast from my home studio. I had to, that's one of the few good things that came out of COVID. I was able to set up my TV studio here in my hometown house.
That's good. Yeah, that's my daughter trying to get through. She might try to go through. See, there you go. I'm telling.
Hey, I got two daughters, brother. I understand. I trust me. As a matter of fact, the baby girl called me and my wife about 2:00 this morning. she had some stuff she wanted to get off her chest. So, listen.
How
the baby is 20.
Yeah, see, my baby's 26.
Okay.
She's just 26. Yeah,
I understand.
Yeah. So we went out. We would go out on, we would do all the shows and stuff, that my mom would bring in, and then, in the summertime when we get out of school, we would go on, hit that chitlin circuit, that gospel chitlin circuit, up and down the Midwest and the East Coast of Canada and stuff. So it's that's where I started. That was my mom literally kicked me out on stage when I was like 10 years old, to perform. And once I got out there, it was cool. It was like, I said, oh, this ain't bad. This is cool. So I've been doing it ever since, man. And I mean, in a professional way. So, it's because there's two things of, that you consider yourself professional. One concept, people say you're professional when you make your first dollar,
right?
But I know a lot of people who made $1 and then waited tables for about 10 years and then they made another $1. Okay. So I don't know if that's you can consider that professional. But another concept is when you sustain yourself. When this is what you do to sustain your life and to take care of your responsibilities and all that kind of stuff. And I think when I made my first $1 on that concept, I was about 11 years old. When I could sustain myself, and this is what I did. That was about 21 to 22 years old. Yeah.
So you went to where I was about to go, because my next question is, man, you are still relevant in this game. The sunshine is doing you good. Black don't crack. So, you still, we could put the picture from when you were with Shalimar. You just look like you cut the fro down a little bit, but otherwise you look the same,
I cut the fro down a lot. The lady asked me in about, I think it was 2012 or 2015 or something like that. I was playing somewhere and this lady says, why'd you cut your shag off? And I said, because it's 2015. Like, but when you say black don't crack, because my thing is like black don't crack and beige don't age, brother. So,
There you go. I love it. I love it. So, man, what's been your key to still be relevant in the game outside of just being blessed with just and one of the great things, I think of singers that when you hear them, you automatically know it's them, and nobody else sounds like them. And for me, you fit in that category. I mean, I think Luther and of course Aretha, Patty. It's like some folks that when you hear them, you're like, okay. Like when you hear Howard Hewitt, you know that's Howard Hewitt. But so what's kept you? How have you been able to? And I'm sure we've all had to do, reinvent ourselves. But what's been your key to being relevant as long as you've been?
well, to address that, what you just talked about, as far as like, because back in the day, that was the whole thing. You wanted to be unique. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And when I started singing, of course, I went through my Stevie Wonder stage where I wanted to sound like Stevie, and then I went through my Donny Hathaway stage, where I wanted to sound like Donny Hathaway with "Song for You," all that stuff, and of course the man, Marvin
Yeah.
Gaye. But when I was about 15, 16 years old, I started thinking about the fact that the thing that makes these people unique is the fact that they are unique. When you hear Marvin, you know it's Marvin. When you hear Donnie, Stevie, you know that's them. So at that point, I started saying, okay, I want at some point, I want somebody to say, I want to sound like Howard Hewitt. You know what I'm saying? So, I started taking all those influences and then just kind of and morphing them in and adding them into my situation, who I was as an artist. And I think the key to longevity, which was something that I wanted to achieve from the very beginning. When I first started recording, my thing was like, I want to be, I'm looking for longevity. I don't want to just do a couple of hit songs and then I'm gone. I want to achieve longevity, and I think one of the keys to that. There's many things, and in this business, unfortunately, is a business. It's not a business where you can take a pen and a piece of paper and say, okay, number one, you do this, number two, you do
Right.
that. Everything is relevant. Everything is relevant to the individual. But I think one thing that everybody should have in common as far as this situation is figuring out and learning how to be true to who you are
Yeah.
as a, this business can take you, it can take you and move you here and this genre of music and that genre of music and this rapper or rap or this or hip hop or whatever. You got to be true to who you are.
Yeah.
I'm so into exploring different things. Just like with this new single "To Thee I Pray" and a couple other things for this project. It's like I love exploring different productions. You know what I'm saying? But I have to stay true to who I am
Right.
as a artist. And that's what has like that's what's I think has been the key to longevity for me. Staying true to who I am, staying true to who I am as an artist, as a vocalist, as a person in this business.
Listening to really watching the video and then listening to the lyrics to the single "To Thee I Pray," uh, it is so relevant to like the times we're living in right now. So I don't know exactly when you wrote it, but what was the inspiration? Because I think of Marvin Gaye's "What's Going On." That's another song you can put that song on like today. That song came out in the '70s, but it sounds
Yeah,
like he's living through the times that we're living in now. And this
right.
single, so I don't know exactly what the inspiration was. I saw the video, but I want you to tell us what inspired you to go ahead and write and do this song.
But um, "To Thee I Pray" is a song that I wrote and recorded and is on the Allegiance album, the last album I did with Elektra over 30 years ago.
Wow.
So I wrote that song over 30 years ago, man. And it was like, you know, I did a little flip on it. You know, these young cats out of Houston, they call themselves their writing team. They call themselves Wave 3 Pop. And there's two cats out of Houston. And so they took it and they flipped the track and like, no, but we kept the lyrics and the melody as far as vocally is concerned is the same as when I did it, you know, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And like I'll say, unfortunately, the lyrics still ring true today.
Yeah.
You know, because it's talking about a plea to, like, you know, come on, you know, can we learn how to live together? Can we learn to love each other? Put down your gun and take your brother's hand. After all the pain, I know no other way. To thee I pray. So, you know, it's a song that I loved years and years ago. And when I looked at it again during the we recorded it about almost a year before COVID hit.
Okay.
So when I looked at it then, I said, man, it's still, you know, it's still relevant today, even back then. And it's become even more relevant since then with COVID and with the war over in Ukraine and the whole thing. It's even more relevant even now today. So, you know, even longer, you know, after I re-recorded it. So, yeah.
And what's the name of the album?
The name of the album that the original To Thee I Pray is on is called Allegiance.
Right, but your new album.
The new album, I haven't named it yet.
Okay.
I really haven't sat down because I got everything. Everything's pretty much ready to go as far as an album's concerned. But, you know, now the thing that's happening now, Geno, and you know even better than I know, that, you know, it's like people are putting out singles now.
Yeah.
They're putting out singles. They may put out an EP. They may put out an album. But before they put any of that out, they start putting singles out. So that's what I'm doing with this. To Thee I Pray. I put To Thee I Pray out actually right before Christmas. But, you know, I didn't want to put a whole bunch of promotion behind it and then, you know, it'd be inundated with Christmas music as far as that's concerned. So, you know, I pulled everything back and like, you know, we just re-released it just, you know, now. So, like, you know, it's doing the independent thing, man. That's the beauty of doing the independent thing. You can do it the way that you want to do it, you know, and I've been in this game too long to be dictated by record companies and stuff at this juncture of my career. It's this part of my career should be me doing this, you know, praise the Lord, the way I want to do it. Now, so,
and listen, this is me, y'all. This ain't Howard, but Howard, I just got to keep it 100. Listen, obviously, you know what you're doing because you've outlasted a couple of them record companies that you were on back in the day. I'm just saying. I ain't saying. I'm just saying. So
that's funny, man. I never thought about it like that, but yeah, you're right. You're right.
That's real talk. So obviously, you're doing something right, and you got the right man on your side, the man upstairs. So, my brother, listen, I can't thank you enough. Look, my mother's a huge fan, so she's like, God bless him. He still looks good. She said he is my guy. She has been a huge fan. I got my love of music from my mother, so she would buy all the albums, and I started trying to be like my mom. So tell
her to go on, you know, because, you know, social media is all kinds of stuff now. So like I have my Facebook fan page, and on at the Facebook fan page, Howard Hewitt fan page, the Instagram is Howard_Hewitt, and then the Twitter account is Just a Vocalist. But I'd spend most time on the Howard Hewitt fan page, on the Facebook fan page. But we do, tell your mom, we do I do a thing, called FACC. I started doing it at the beginning of the pandemic. It's FACC ... and life. And it stands for fresh air, cardio, conversation, ... and all that leads to life, you know. And from that, they did a little spinoff, and I was doing a little thing on it today. And the ladies on there let me know that because they did a little spinoff from FACC ... in life, and they did a spinoff called Howard's Girls. It was like, that's kind of cool, right? The Howard's Girls. And right now, Howard's Girls have expanded to almost 1,000 women on the site. So tell your mom to come on there and become a Howard's Girl. That's cool. That'd be good.
She's watching, so I'm sure she will. still got that swag. My man still got that swag. Howard Hewitt, legend, icon, and and you know what? I remember the first time that we met, I was out in Los Angeles. I was doing a morning show at Stevie Wonder's station. As a matter of fact, my mother has that picture, so she reminded me. She said, "Jeannie, I still got that picture that you took with Howard Hewitt when you was out in LA, way back in like 90, 91." Yep. So.
Oh, man, I'd love to see that. I encourage a lot of people always to send me old pictures. Sometimes it's like kind of crazy because we were all about this big at that time.
Yeah. Well, COVID, I don't know about you, but COVID hit me for about 15, 17.
Hey, man, COVID hit me for about the same, about 15, 20.
Yeah. So I'm working that off. Howard Hewitt, my brother, listen, man, may God continue.
Oh, wait. So you said COVID hit you for about 15.
15, 17, between, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was talking about 15 I took off.
Oh, well, no, I ain't took off. No, well, you took off 15. I put on 15, so I need to take off probably 25 then in that case.
Man, cardio. Yeah. Get out there for cardio, man, to get that sunshine. Best source of vitamin D is straight from the sunshine. That's hitting me like crazy right now.
I know. And I've been doing it. I have got back out and get my walks and my cardio in. So, I just got busy. So, R&B legend, icon, brother, may God continue to bless and have favor on you. Have a great weekend. And I know we will stay in touch. I'll be, keeping an eye on you. I'll be following you on social media. Feel free to check out the show anytime. Yeah. I'm on live Monday through Friday. And when you go on tour, anything else that you need to, if you just want to have a conversation, if you got new music, movies, whatever it is, you have a home right here on the Geno Jones Show, brother. But you know that.
I appreciate it. God bless you, man. God bless everybody. Appreciate everybody out there. Support is amazing. I love it. God bless y'all.
God bless you, brother. Thanks for watching. That's Howard Hewitt, everybody. My man Still's doing his thing. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you. And God, most of all, thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Please subscribe to the Geno Jones channel right here on YouTube. Subscribe, like, and share. Subscribe, share, and like this and every episode. Shout out to Markel Bailey, the official barber and hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show. Check him out on Instagram, Kelby Cutting Up, KELBECUTTINUP. Allie Jones and Bruce Gage, the official wardrobe consultants, stylists for the Geno Jones Show. Allie Jones is on Instagram, Lexi with 2 X's, LEXXIE underscore is that line at the bottom. Lexi, 2 X's, underscore Nicole Designs. Bruce Gage, just do a search on Instagram. He is Miglio Di Mario Uomo, MIGLIODIMARIOUOMO. Just search Bruce Gage on Instagram and check out his Instagram page. I love each and every one of you. Mother, you know I love you more than life itself. I am on my way to the Taste of Black Charleston, kicking off Black Expo Weekend 2022 right here in the Charleston, South Carolina Metro. The next live edition of the Geno Jones Show is going to be Monday live, 6:30 p.m. Have a great weekend. One more thing to say before I get out of here. Really, 2. As always, be blessed and pray for peace.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I hope I don't let it go. No, 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 no. I've been holding on for so long. No, no, so long. No, frustration fills the air. What are we gonna do? Can't you hear me crying? I hope I don't let it go. I hope I don't let it go. I've been holding on for so long. I've been holding on for so long. God knows I've been holding on. Father, give me strength. That's so world, such a crowded place. Somewhere rather just separate. Children feel we don't give a damn. Can we just live together, cry a desperate man? It's a long, long, winding road. Some may never find a path to go. Won't anybody listen when you hear a baby crying? To thee I pray, to thee I pray. Father, will we ever learn to live together? Father, teach us we can learn to love each other. Comes a time in life when you make a stand. Put down your gun and take your brother's hand. After all the pain, I know no other way. To thee I pray. 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 On my knees.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of The Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.
It's the event of the year, the 2022 Taste of Black Charleston, Friday, March 11th at the Ladson Exchange Park. Join us for a variety of chefs, caterers, and restaurateurs from across the area as they compete to be the best of the region. Featuring America's Got Talent singer Ray Singleton and celebrity chef Carlos Brown. It's the Taste of Black Charleston. Good friends, great food, and a grand time. For more information or to purchase tickets, visit blackexposouth.com.